Hello, very warm welcome. Today we are looking at another LeetCode question, which is maximum frequency stack. What this question says is that we need to implement a frequency stack, which is a class that simulates the operations of a stack-like data structure, and it can perform two operations: either push and pop, similar to what we have in the stack. But there's a catch here that pop should remove and removes and returns the most frequent element in the stack. And if there's a tie, then we need to remove the element as per the stack operations. The element which is closest to the top of the stack is removed and returned. Okay, so this is an interesting question, and let's see how we approach it. And by first looking at the example. So if I look at the example, right, it says that okay, I've been given a set operation uh, which is say push and pop, and what I need to do is I need to kind of perform or write methods accordingly, right? So if I'm saying push 5, so frequency is like empty push is 5, right? So I'll push 5, then I'll push 7, then I push 5, then again a 7, and again a 4, and again a 5. But if you see return, right, what was returned out of after performing the pop operations are 5754. Now reason for that is uh, if I look at another man, right, the moment you pushed 5, it was a frequency of 1. You pushed 7, that was frequency of 1, right? If you push another 5, that frequency changed to 2. If you push another 7, that frequency changed to another 2. Pushed 4, that frequency is 1. Pushed 5, frequency became 3, right? Now, hence the reason when the moment you popped it, right, as per it said, right, you need to return the most frequent letter and digit, and 5 got popped up. But if you see next, right, the next pop which happened was of 7, because after popping this 5 and 7 both are of 2 frequency, and I need to return the one which was recently inserted, which was 7, right? So if you see, right, we need to keep a tab of two things. One, what is the frequency of the given integer which is being pushed into the stack? Second, what is the uh, what is the sequence of insertion into the push into the stack? To kind of solve this problem, right, what we are going to do is we are going to create a tab of or have a tab of both the things. What is frequency, and for that frequency what are the values which are present with me, and what is the frequency of a given integer. What I mean by that is I will have two, you can say, data structures or dictionary or hash maps. I'll have two of them. First will contain two values. It will contain 5 is 3, 7 is 2, with the example which we are talking about, 4 is 1. But the other one which will contain values on the basis of count and stack. What I mean by that is, first I added a value to the stack, right? So I'll add, okay, 1 is my frequency. I'll say, okay, 1 is appended to the value 5. Now when I came again, right, my frequency changed to 2 because that's what maximum frequency is. So for the 2th index, I'll do a 5, right? Then again I got a 7, right? Then I'll add a 7 to it. 7 is the first, that's the first time being added to it. Then again I got another 7. I added a second on top of second frequency because now 7 has two frequency. Then again I got a third. I'll add a 3, which will be of value 5 because 5 is of third frequency as well. It's the third time as well. And I again got a 4, which will be of the first frequency, so I'll add it, say, here, right? Now what I mean by that is, right, if you see 5 is in total 3 times, so it is spread across 1, 2 and 3, and these are like the frequency at which they entered. 7 is of 2 frequency, it has 2 places, 4 is here. Now what when the pop operation takes place, right, I'll go with the maximum frequency. I look for 3 and I return 5. Now this get removed, and similarly I reduce this to 2. This got reduced to 2. Now again the second time again pop happened. That time I'll go to this one because my frequency my kind of this has moved to empty and there's no further element. I'll reduce it to, say, maximum frequency of 2, and if that time I'll do a pop, I'll remove 7. right? I still have a value to it. Again, a pop happened, and this 5 will be moved. And again, I'll once this is empty, I'll move a step back, and again a pop happens, so I'll remove 4. So this is how it has to be. I hope you would have got the gist of it. Uh, in case you still have any confusions, any doubt, I think once we write the code, you'll be becoming self-explanatory. So let me first create those two hash maps in the in C# world. Let me have those in the form of dictionaries. So this will be like frequency objects, and another will be your another value which will contains two values, which is frequency and uh, particular stack values for that particular frequency. So once I instantiate, the moment this particular frequency stack is called, I'll instantiate this objects. I'll say frequency is equal to new dictionary int comma int, and stack frequency is equal to new dictionary int comma int. Right now, one thing to note for us, right, we need to always have a tab of at what particular frequency I am at right now. I'll create another you can say variable which will keep a tab of my current frequency level, you can say, right? Now this will be like 1 2 3 because that's how I need to spread across it, right? So for starters, I'll say I don't have any level, so I'll move it to 0. And now comes the first part. I'm going to push a value. So in order to push the value, I'll I'll kind of have to see whether that particular value is present in the frequency stack or not, because here if you see, my frequency stack will always contain the value and how many occurrences it has, right? So what I'll do is I'll say by default there uh, by default frequency will be, you can say, is 1. So what I'll do is I'll see, okay, if my frequency dot contains key x, right? If it contains, I'll say frequency of x uh, plus plus, or rather let me do it like this. My default frequency has changed to frequency plus 1, and my updated frequency of x will be default frequency. So why I'm doing a two step, because I will need this flag updated value once I'm working through towards this stack frequency. Now sorry, now I have this done. If it is not present, then I'll say okay, add to my add to my frequency values x comma default frequency. Here at this place that will be equal to 1, right? Now I took care of the normal frequency, which will always keep a tab of that. Okay, uh, what will be the set of occurrences for a given value which is x. Now the other part of it is to add that to the stack as well. So I'll say okay, if my stack frequency dot contains key in this place default frequency. What I mean by that is, because if you remember, right, what we did is we kept a tab of 1 2 3, and against that we said okay, 5 is at one position, as 5 was inserted at first frequency, second frequency, and third frequency. If it is present, I'll say uh, that my stack frequency uh, default frequency dot push x, right? If you see, I added now to that particular index, I added another value to it, right? This will help me to kind of extract the values when multiple values are forming in the same frequency, right? And one more thing which we need to keep a tab of is, if this frequency, right, which is coming out to be updated, right, if that is moving a level up, then we need to update this particular current frequency level by that level. Okay, so what I mean by that is, if my frequency of x is greater than my current frequency level, right, I need to append it, because current frequency level is equal to frequency of x. I hope you understood, because we always said, okay, for each and every layer I'll maintain the values, and in this place I'll just append the value for that particular x level which I'm going to get in, right? If it is not present, what I'll do is I'll create a stack, because I need to insert that into the stack. So it's equal to new stack int. I'll say stack dot push x, and I'll say my stack frequency dot add my pushed val comma x. Sorry, stack. Yeah. This is my stack frequency for a given level. If there is no level, I added that particular value to the stack frequency. Once I'm done, I think this is where my push operation completes, because I took care of both the things. In a way, if I am getting say 555, I said okay, yes, 5 is of one frequency. This is what I'm going to happen with one push, and I'm going to say okay, stack frequency doesn't contain this level 1, so I'll say for level 1 push a value which is 5, right? Now again I got a 5, this got updated to 2, right? Now considering this was greater than my initial frequency, I added another 2, and this place I added 5. Again that happened, I added 5. So say it had another 7. 7 this came again. So I was not present, that will be 1, and for 1 I'll append here, right? So this is what I'm trying to do here. So now once my stack once my push operation is complete, what I'll do is pop, right? Pop will be mostly, again, if you see, right, it will always be with respect to your maximum frequency, and maximum frequency we are anyways keeping a tab of it using this particular value, my current frequency level or current level which I'm looking at, right? So when I'm at pop operation, first I'll do is I'll first find out what is my value against that frequency. uh, this will be my current frequency level, and what I'm doing is pop, right? Because I need to get the first value of that level with last value which was inserted in the stack at that level. Okay? That gives me the x. What I'm going to say is okay, my frequency of x is reduced by 1 now. The frequency of x is reduced by 1, and also I need to see if this current level is exhausted. If it is exhausted, I'll reduce my level by 1, right? So I'll say okay, if my stack frequency current frequency level dot count, which will, now this is pointing towards my stack, dot count is double equal to 0, then I'll say okay, reduce my level by 1. So current frequency level minus minus, right? I hope you understood it, and obviously whatever I'm going to pop it, I'll return it, right? So this is it. This completes the logic of what we are trying to do. If you would have understood with the pictorial way what we're trying to do, I think that then and there the problem becomes very straightforward and easy to understand. Let me run this once. I got a compile time error, pushed val 35, line number 9. I'm getting an error, line number 9. Oh, sorry, this would be stack of int, and line number 35 it says pushed val. Line number 9, in this case I'll say default frequency, because this is time it has to insert 1 comma stack. So let me run this now. Okay, I got the expected results. Let's submit it. It got accepted. Cool. So I hope you understood it. If you look at the time complexity, that will be O of n, where n is the number of elements which are there in the stack given to me as an input, right? In case you like this explanation, please do like the video. In case you're new to the channel, please do subscribe. uh, and in case you still have any questions or any doubt irrespective of how small or big it is, please do reach out to me in the comment sections. I'll be more than happy to. Thank you guys. Thanks a lot.